Hello, good day. So I wanted to jump on and make this quick video. I'm going to try not to go over 10 minutes because that's what I was instructed to do over the next 30 days is to make 8 to 10 minute video content and to make more reels. I'm always told to make more reels, but you all have no idea how complicated reels can be sometimes and coming up with different ideas and different concepts and such. So I know I need to work on that. I'm putting that on the to-do list. But I wanted to jump on really quickly on my ride into the office and talk to the men today. I'm talking to the gentlemen today, and I'm asking the question, gentlemen, are you sure you want a feminine energy woman? Are you sure? You sure that's what you want? You want women to be more feminine? Here's the reason why I asked that question. Men need to understand that if every woman in the world truly became a feminine energy woman, so she really leaned back and she embraced her femininity again, that would mean that men would have to step up into their masculinity. Men would have to lead more. Men would be in charge. Men would make most of the decisions. Men would be providing predominantly. If I can be so frank, it's a lot of pressure actually on a man to be the masculine in the relationship. The woman is not going to, she's going to follow your lead. She's not going to lead interaction. She's not going to make all the calls and get all the things fixed in the home. She's not going to do any of that. She's going to stay in her feminine lane. She's going to look to you for healthy leadership. And I have a couple of couples that I'm seeing right now in therapy, and male leadership is a big problem. It is a big problem. And yet the men are saying, oh, well, I want my woman to be more feminine. I want her to be in her femininity, and I want her to be softer and sweeter and, do these things that I really enjoy, cook more meals and be with the kids more and this and that. Okay. But that also requires a polarity balance. That means because again, someone has to make the decisions. Someone has to lead. Someone has to decide. Someone has to be the conquering, competitive, controlling one. And someone has to be the giver and the doer. That is the masculine role. You'd have to initiate. I myself have went on dates, and the man, oh, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What time, what day? And I just am like, I trust your judgment. I trust that, you make the suggestion, right? I trust your judgment. You make the plan. You make and let me tell y'all the truth. Those situations didn't go anywhere. They went absolutely nowhere. I got pushback like, well, why can't you choose? Why can't you plan? Or why don't you call me? Why don't you ask me out? Like, what? What? Because I'm the girl? And so right now we have an epidemic of men who are what I call the spirit of confusion. That's what I call the men today. And it is a percentage of men that are what I call the spirit of confusion, right? Dr. Pat Allen's book, it's called Getting to I Do by Dr. Patricia Allen. I recommend that every woman read that book. That is required reading on your journey to healthy femininity. One of the things she says in that book is that in male-female relationships, or even homosexual relationships, she says this is heterosexual or homosexual, that each person must decide the predominant energy they will be in the relationship. So even if it's 2 men or 2 women, there is a masculine energy and there is a feminine energy. And those are the roles that each person will hold. Okay? And if you need to come over into another person's lane, you will signal that. So that looks like my husband being predominantly masculine and me being predominantly feminine. However, there's a problem or an issue at home, and I actually have some thoughts about it. I actually have some knowledge about it. I am going to signal to my husband, honey, I have some knowledge about this, or I know someone who's told me something about this. May I share that with you? May I share some thoughts with you? May I share some ideas with you? And if he's a healthy, emotionally mature man, sure, yeah, please tell me, what do you know? And then I will come into that masculine lane, which is, I'm going to initiate, I'm going to lead or share some information. Okay? That's how that works. And I would say the same for him. If he wants to come in my lane, he needs to signal me. Okay? He needs to signal me, hey, Anita, tonight, I'd like for you to take the lead. I'd like for you to initiate. I'd like for you to be the dominant one and me be the submissive one, right? And we're talking about the bedroom. So he's just going to signal that. Okay? But she says that in every relationship, heterosexual or homosexual, we have to decide. She says that if you don't decide, and I think this is like really, monumental. She says that if a person refuses to decide and they say, I want both, that is considered narcissistic. That is a narcissistic framework that the person wants to live in. I want it all. I want to be the masculine and the feminine. No, does not work that way. Most monogamous relationships have two people and two sides that they can fall on. And the fact that you want to be on both sides, that is narcissistic. But I am seeing that behavior a lot today, where men are the spirit of confusion. They say they want this, but then they do this. They say they want virtue, but then they want free sex. They say they want femininity, but they don't want to lead. They say they want women who are submissive, but they don't want to provide. Like it's endless. It is absolutely endless. They complain about how there are no good women. They're horrible women. And yet they have OnlyFans. And yet they watch porn. Like, I can go on and on with these examples. So, gentlemen, I need you to understand something. If you are one of those men, you are completely misaligned. You are not going to find the woman you claim you seek because you are not aligned. You are not a healthy, emotionally mature, masculine man. You're not going to find healthy, emotionally mature, feminine women. Because that is the counterpart for the healthy, emotionally mature, masculine man. So if you still have a bunch of vices, if you still playing video games, and let me just, this will hurt some feelings, but in my humble opinion, if you're playing video games more than 2 or 3 hours a week, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'll let you go with 2 or 3 hours a week. But if you're playing video games more than 2 or 3 hours a week, you have a problem. Okay? If you're watching pornography at all, you have a problem. If you are masturbating every day, you have a problem. Okay? If you are drinking to excess, if you are drinking to get drunk, if you are drinking alcohol every day, you have a problem. If you are smoking cigarettes, you have a problem. If you are smoking weed every day, and you have a problem. Okay? If you are indulging in these type of vices, if you're gambling, sports betting and gambling all the time, you have a problem. So that's what men need to understand. They want something that they're not prepared to even receive. You don't have the proper masculine containment to receive a truly feminine woman. And like I said, I'm a perfect example. I show up, I'm the girl, and the first thing that happens and this is how I know, like, okay, you're in your feminine, right? This is exactly how I know. Well, why don't you call me? Why don't you plan dates? Why don't you ask me out? Why don't you? And guess what? That becomes all or nothing. Because again, I wasn't raised in this generation. I am a woman. I am a biological woman. I am a feminine woman. And all I know is that men go after what they want. Men pursue what they want. Women are receptive to that pursuit. Women let a man know, oh, yes, I like this. Oh, yes, more, more. Oh, you're doing a great job. Like that's a woman's role. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Appreciate, appreciate. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. That's a woman's role. But a man's role is to initiate. A man's role is to give and do. A man's role is to go out and pursue the things that he really wants with gusto. A man's role is strong and brave and courageous. Okay, conquering, competitive, and controlling. Okay, women are passive and patient and vulnerable. We are the receivers. So if you do not want or like that dynamic, you do not want a predominantly feminine energy woman. If you want the woman to be your co-provider, if you want her to work outside of the home and pay half the bills, pay more than half the bills, you don't. Stop telling yourself that. I just want my wife to be more feminine. No, you don't. No, you don't. And then when she becomes your co-provider, when she goes outside of the home and makes all this money and pays half the bills or more than half the bills, and you feel a way about no home cooked meals and no, freshly washed clothes with the smell of Downy on it and all that, okay, technically I'm helping you to financially provide, so that means we have to split the housework. So if I'm helping you do your half, you have to help me do mine. Okay, and then it's the worst part of all that y'all don't want to hear this. She is going to lose sexual attraction to you. That's the biggest, that's the rub right there. If you are a man, and this is what I know about men need sex. They don't want it. They don't like it or love it. They need it. And that, if I'm being honest, that should be the number one priority for a man being masculine. If you are a healthy masculine man and you're doing what masculine men do, you are the predominant masculine energy, you will get laid. That's it. That's the whole video. Over and over. Women will throw themselves at you over and over. Because that is the turn on. That is what's getting women all wet and juicy and all raring to go. Oh my gosh. This man has contained me. This man is taking initiative. This man has made a plan. This man is calling. This man, yeah. We like, how can I get to him? How can I give him some? But let me tell you what don't do it. Passive men who want to be taken care of, men who want to be treated like princesses, men who want to be in their soft guy era. And if you're a lady watching this video, if a man ever used the term soft guy era or drizzle, run away as fast as you can. You should find it an utter and complete turnoff for a man to use euphemisms like that women created. Men don't do that. Men don't copy women. Men don't use their sayings and their euphemisms and no, run away. Drizzle and a soft guy era and no. That's it. That's the whole video. So, gentlemen, I really need you to think about this because it's a lot. The weight of the world was built for shoulders, not hips. Okay? It's a lot being the man. It's a lot being the masculine man. It's a lot of responsibility. Okay? And it is a job that technically you never retire from. I never retire from being a feminine woman. I never retire from having the babies. I never retire from nursing the babies. I never retire from keeping a good home, a clean home, and cooking good meals, healthy meals for my family. I never retire from that, right? We all have our cross to bear. I will never retire from washing clothes, putting that downy in there, making sure they smell nice, they're clean, they're folded. I'll never retire from that. I'll never retire from tri-folding towels and hanging them up and making sure the bathroom is clean. I will never retire from that. And you can never retire from being the man. Be the strong masculine man that women need. Keep us safe and secure. Empathize, have kindness. And remember, the Bible calls you to love us. The Bible calls us to respect you, right? You are to love us. We're to respect you. I never retire from respecting my man. And you are to never retire from loving your woman. So kind, empathy, understanding, emotional safety, attunement, okay? Not being neglectful, not being a workaholic, and not being around. And then when you do come around, you want to get laid. Who are you? Who is this stranger trying to have sex with me? Like, that's what you're going to get. And you're surprised by that. Oh, my wife acts like she don't want it because she doesn't know you. She has no connection to you. She doesn't feel your care and your attunement every day. Yeah, that is how women are built. And ladies, a lot of men will try to shame you for that. They will shame you for not having the sexual orientation of a man. Don't fall for it. I don't fall for it. I'm like, bruh, if you that stupid, if you this stupid, that unless you gay, unless you want to have sex with another man, I'm a woman. I don't work that way. I don't get turned on like a microwave. I don't have sex 2, 3, 5 times a day. I don't have casual sex with strangers, sex with people I don't know. Healthy feminine women don't do that. They connect to a man, they bond with a man, they fall in love with a man, and the natural expression of that love and care is lovemaking. But if that's what you need another man. Because, yeah, y'all be just fine. Y'all will just, not see each other for 2 weeks, come together and have sex. There you go. I don't work that way. You don't go off and work 80 hours a week and then on Sunday you want to have sex. I don't work that way. And again, if you want to be in a relationship with a woman, then you have to consider that woman. And I have a whole another, video for women considering men. Men are not women. I tell women that all the time. Men need sex. Okay, so let's not act like we can go days and weeks and months without lovemaking. That's not how men are wired. I want both of you to consider each other in your nature. But right now, this video is for the men, and I really want you to consider, do you want a truly feminine woman? She is going to be, again, quiet. She's going to be collaborative. She's going to, she's going to wait for your lead. She's going to allow you to lead and wait for that lead. And she's going to be like, yeah, what are we doing? Yeah. And she's going to cooperate. Okay. She knows when to speak and she knows when to be quiet. She knows how to support you. She knows how to ask questions. Okay. But she's not going to always take it upon herself or initiate no, because you are the masculine in the relationship. You're the leader in the relationship. Now she will use her masculine energy in raising her children. She'll take initiative then. She'll do things then, because that's the hierarchy. That's the biblical hierarchy. So God, Christ, husband, wife, children, right? So she's head over the children. Husband's head over her and the children. See, everything trickles down. And a lot of men feel a way about that. Oh, well, she does this for our kids. Don't do that. First of all, you're not her child. Don't do the whole, I'm envious of the baby. I had a husband, y'all, envious of me breastfeeding the baby. What kind of immature, just ridiculous thing is that? Well, you be breastfeeding the baby. What? When I tell you I was turned off for weeks over that comment. I was turned off for weeks. You got a problem with me breastfeeding my baby? That's weird. You're weird. So don't do that. You're not you're not her child, okay? You're her husband, and you're to cover everyone. It's a huge responsibility being the healthy masculine. And yet everybody gets online and beats their chest about how they want that, and I want masculine, I want a woman to be feminine. Do you? Because if these women really showed up feminine, I wonder how much stuff would not get done. It might be a whole lot of stuff that just would not get done because you wouldn't do it. She ain't gonna do it. That's it. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. Please like this video. Please share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. And consider subscribing to the channel. I am trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this month. That's a lofty goal, but I'm trying to get there. So please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember, you can work with me one-on-one by clicking the link below, my pillar link. And this month, all one-on-one coaching sessions for individuals and couples are 25% off until August 31st. So if you have a question, if you need advice or assistance or support, you individually, you and your partner, consider a one-on-one session. Thank you so much. And as always, stay open to love.